Xianxia was secretly happy. He felt that as long as he did not sell himself, the other methods of exchange would be acceptable. N? If you buy pills that can cultivate world-defying stage divine source, I will also take one other thing. Skeletal Man replied, but I don't think you will necessarily give it to me. Tell me, how could I not give it to you? As long as it's not selling, it shouldn't be a problem. Xianxia laughed. Your beautiful memories. Skeletal Man's words made Xianxia's smile freeze. Give me all of your beautiful memories, and you will lose them. Good memories? As long as Xianxia thought of the times that he was once happy, his heart would always be filled with joy. If he lost these memories, he would be terrified just by thinking about them. No, the memories I don't want are very important to me. Xianxia immediately shook her head. If I give you my beautiful memories, I will become a heartless person. I will not agree. I already said that this method of trading is a bit special. Skeletal Man sighed. Is there a more normal way? I'm already here. I really want to buy something. Xianxia waved his hand and said, it's best not to do it in the same way as before. There's another way to trade it, but if you can't buy anything too good, that's fine. You can tell me about you. What else do you need? The Skeletal Man said. Xianxia urgently needed to cultivate and produce world-defying stage divine source. If he could obtain it here, he would not need to concoct pills. Even if he wanted to concoct pills, he did not know if he would be able to produce world-defying stage divine source. Let me think. Xianxia pondered for a moment, then said, can the Tao Creation's holy crystals do? No, I don't have any. The Skeletal Man shook his head. Then what can I buy? Xianxia still did not know what that trade method was. I can only buy some stones. Skeletal Man took out the stones and gave them to Xianxia. Although Xianxia did not refine anything, the stones in front of him were just too inferior and could be seen with a single glance. Xianxia, ask him about the matters concerning the Hell Divine Lord and buy this information, Xiao Xianglin said. Xianxia didn't expect to buy this before, but when he saw the Skeletal Man, he almost forgot why he came to the City of Hell. Do you know anything about the Hell Divine Lord? I want to see him. You told me about him. Xianxia said. Skeletal Man thought about it and said, sure, but you need to give me enough blood. I need to reproduce my flesh and blood. Just blood. Xianxia felt that there was no problem with this. As long as you have enough blood, I will definitely satisfy you. I am very clear about the Hell Divine Lord's situation. The Skeletal Man said. What if you go back on your word? Xianxia was a little worried. After I pass the blood to you, even if you don't tell me, I don't seem to be able to do anything about you. Why don't you tell me about the Hell Divine Lord first? Don't worry, we won't dare to act shamelessly. If we do anything dishonest, we will be punished. The Skeletal Man said. Xianxia was still worried. What the hell was this place? Seeing that Xianxia did not believe him, the Skeletal Man said, all right, I will tell you about the matters concerning the Hell Divine Lord first. If you act shamelessly, I will only be deceived. I do not seem to have suffered any losses. Skeletal Man only told Xianxia what he knew. There was indeed no need to pay any price. This city is called the City of Hell, but the Hell Divine Lord is not here. The Skeletal Man said. I heard that there are a lot of people who can't go back to the city. Have they all died here? Xianxia asked. There aren't any dangers in this city. There are several reasons why we can't go back. First, make a deal with us and sell our freedom for many years. Second, after selling the memories, he changed into a completely different person. After messing around, he was killed. Third, he took the treasures in here and got punished. Are there a lot of treasures inside? Xianxia took a deep breath. If he did not know, he would have taken it when he saw it. There are a lot of them, so you must not take them. As long as you are not a greedy person, nothing will happen to you. The Skeletal Man said. When I first entered this city, it was precisely because I took things at random that I have been punished until now. Xianxia was secretly surprised. There was definitely a very strong power circulating in this city. It was most likely due to the quantity of array magic power. Then where is Hell Divine Lord? Is it easy to see him? Xianxia asked. He has been sleeping all year round. Even if you see him, you might not be able to wake him up. Skeletal Man said. At the source of the Golden Blood River, there is an evil mountain. Hell Divine Lord is inside. And on the road there will be many dangers. It's not that easy to reach. Hell Divine Lord seems to be very powerful. In the infernal realm, is the reason why there is a restriction barrier around the world-defying stage Divine Source. Xianxia asked. Yes, those who can cultivate the world-defying stage Divine Source are all very powerful. This will severely damage the balance of hell. Skeletal Man said, Can you give me the blood transfusion now? Xianxia was a man of integrity. He immediately transferred his own blood to Skeletal Man. If not for Skeletal Man informing him, he did not know when he would have been able to find Hell Divine Lord. Do you seem to know a lot of things? Xianxia laughed. How much do you know about Most Ancient Era? I am the person from the early days of Most Ancient Era. I still understand Most Ancient Era quite a bit. The Skeletal Man said, Within the Most Ancient Era, there are 9 of the strongest races. The diversity within the Most Ancient Era was created by them, so these 9 creation races are extremely powerful. And other than them, the other powerful creation races have been suppressed by the 9 creation race. Xianxia was secretly suspicious. Other than 9 creation race, there were also Beast creation race S and Crystal creation race S. However, there seemed to be more than these 2 in Skeletal Man's mouth. Skeletal Man was currently absorbing Xianxia's blood, and a bit of his flesh and blood had begun to grow. Other than 9 creation race, I know that Beast creation race and Crystal creation race are very strong. Why are they being suppressed? Xianxia asked. It's all the power of the incantation. The Tao creation Divine Lord in the 9 creation race grasp a very strong power to cast incantations, so being able to suppress these 2 races. Aside from that, there are also the Hell Clan and the Star creation race. They are a very fierce race, and the Star creation race is sealed in this hell. Xianxia thought of the underworld humans blankly. Those underworld humans were most likely from the underworld clan, and the Star creation race might even be related to the Hell Star. Xianxia planned to take advantage of the blood transfusion to ask for more time. Then, do you know about the Star creation race? Xianxia guessed that the reason why Long Yu and the Smoke Charming went forward to investigate the secrets of the Hell Star was most likely related to the Star creation race. Star creation race is also a very fierce race. They have very other powers. Skeletal Man said, No matter how strong you are, the power that they have, they will be able to deal with you. What kind of power? Xianxia asked. The power of the incantations. The reason why there are so many stars is all because of the power that you all created back then. Skeletal Man said, But they can use the star formation. Are they very cruel? Xianxia was a little worried for Long Yu. That's why it was sealed, Skeletal Man said. The other creation races, if they weren't especially fierce, nothing would have happened. Tao creation Divine Lord is a very tolerant person. When the Skeletal Man in front of him absorbed Xianxia's blood, he was able to quickly grow flesh and blood. Our deal counts as a success, right? Xianxia said. I'm going to look for the Hell Divine Lord now. I've already reached an agreement. Your blood is truly powerful, able to allow me to maintain this state for many years. The middle-aged man smiled in satisfaction. In this street, only he had flesh and blood. For someone like him who was so lonely, he was in a very good mood. Xianxia did not continue to wander around the city of hell. Skeletal Man had told him before that there were many treasures here. If he took them all out randomly, he would be easily killed by the mysterious power. After Xianxia left the city of hell, he looked at the Golden Blood River. Following the opposite direction of the Golden Blood River, one would be able to reach the source of the Golden Blood River. As long as they went there, they would be able to see the evil Hell Mountain. If we can find the Hell Divine Lord, we can learn the enchantment of hell from him. At that time, as long as we can arrange it in the Most Ancient Era, no one who can cultivate the world-defying stage Divine Source will be able to mess around in the Most Ancient Era. Xianxia said. Those who can cultivate the divine origin chi must be restricted. In the previous group of underworld humans, the strongest was the ability to cultivate divine origin chi. In the most ancient era, many people were no match for him. Xiao Xianglin said. Xianxia was already flying in the opposite direction of the river. Using profound Feng mantra to fly, his speed was very fast. I should be able to see the source soon, Xianxia thought. In the blink of an eye, a month had passed, yet Xianxia still did not see the source. The infernal realm definitely isn't limitless. There must be a source for it. Xianxia continued to fly. He had already flown for so long, he would not give up midway. After a few more days, Xianxia did not come to the source, but he saw that there was someone here. There were dozens of people wearing animal skins standing beside the Golden Blood River in front of them. Xianxia was still quite a distance away from them, but he could feel the evil chi on their bodies. Is this group of people an evil spirit? Xianxia was suspicious. He had not seen anyone along the way, but suddenly meeting 10 or so evil realm people, it was very strange. He planned to ignore this group of people as his goal was to find the Hell Divine Lord. However, just as he flew above the group of people, he suddenly felt a very familiar aura. It's the crystal creation race. Xianxia anxiously looked towards a direction where the aura of the crystal creation race could be sensed, and it was extremely strong, with a strong killing intent. He really is someone from the crystal creation race. This caused Xianxia to be shocked, but just as he was about to run away, he realized that the dozens of people wearing beast skins on the ground had been fiercely attacked. The crystal creation race's target was actually the group of people wearing beast skins below. Xianxia thought that they were here to attack him. Just what is the background of this group of people? To actually be able to chase from crystal creation race all the way here, Xianxia could not help but be shocked. It seems that he is not an ordinary evil demon. There were more than 20 in crystal creation race, all of them who had cultivated divine chi. They were all extremely powerful, and the dozens of people who were being chased all jumped into the Golden Blood River. Even if we jump into the river, we won't be able to escape. An old man from the crystal creation race sneered. He waved his sleeves and released a few balls of white light, and after entering the river, he blew up all the people who had just jumped out. Then, these 20-odd crystal creation race rushed over and surrounded him. They were already injured, and could not resist the crystal creation race at all. Xianxia had already went over quietly. He was extremely disgusted with crystal creation race, as the crystal creation race had already seized this good place of his. Now that he had met an important expert of the crystal creation race, he would definitely not give up on this opportunity. You fellows are really admirable for being able to run so far away. The leading old man laughed. All right, you are now surrounded by us and heavily injured. There is nowhere for you to retreat to. Cooperate well with us and hand the thing over. Even if we die, we will never give you such a precious thing. One of the elders laughed out loud. If you have the guts, then kill us all. We've already enslaved your infernal realm, and you can still laugh. The old man from the crystal creation race sneered. The blood rain from before was caused by the fact that your clan killed too many people in the most ancient era. Humph! The elderly from the underworld clan snorted coldly. This is all done by your crystal creation race. Hurry up and attack. Hurry up and kill us. Xianxia was shocked. These dozens of people were actually from the underworld. From the looks of it, he should be the most important person within the underworld clan, as he held on to important things. Otherwise, the crystal creation race would not have chased him here. Master, I'll need your help later, Xianxia said. No problem. Xiao Xianglin was already prepared. He had to face a lot of enemies this time, so even if Xianxia released 2 clones, it wouldn't be that easy. All right, I'll start now. After Xianxia finished speaking, he released 2 clones, activated the profound Feng mantra, and then released the legendary dragon fire, blowing towards the people of the crystal creation race, before turning into a tornado. Master, release the pressure and suppress them, Xianxia shouted. Xiao Xianglin had already exited the Yu Yao mountain villa. She combined her two clones and released an extremely strong pressure, enveloping everyone in the crystal creation race. After that, Xianxia released the triple/crimson dragon, quickly fusing them together and rushing out like a violent thunderbolt. He also gathered all of the berserk pressure and profound wind energy in his body and rushed towards crystal creation race. After killing one of the crystal creation race's people, the scarlet dragon immediately exploded. As long as they were hit by the dragon head's attack, all of the crystal creation race's people would be smashed into pieces and die. Very quickly, all of the 20-odd crystal creation races had been killed, leaving only the leader behind, who knelt down due to the pressure released by Xianxia. Xianxia appeared in front of the leader, stepped on his head and sneered, "Bastard from crystal creation race, your luck is really bad. Who are you? Since you know that we are from crystal creation race, why did you still try to kill us?" The old man's heart was filled with fear, because their elite group of people had all cultivated the divine origin chi, and they were all from crystal creation race. They were definitely not ordinary humans, yet they were all killed in an instant. "I just killed a guy. He's the young son of the crystal creation race emperor." Xianxia laughed. "I even dare to kill this kind of guy. Do I have to be afraid of you, trash?" When the people of Hell Clan heard this, their whole body couldn't help but tremble because the crystal creation race emperor was like a demon in their eyes. Yet Xianxia actually killed off his most beloved son. "You guys met me. Consider it your bad luck. I thoroughly hate your crystal creation race. It wouldn't be excessive to let the infernal realm run rampant above the most ancient era and cause the death of countless people. I wouldn't mind killing all of you 1,000 times over." Xianxia waved his hand, killing the scarlet dragon as it rushed into his arm, turning it into a dragon arm. Xianxia struck out with his palm, turning the old man into a shower of sparks. "You are from the infernal realm?" said in a cold voice. He did not have a good impression of the infernal realm, because they had caused a lot of casualties in the most ancient era. "That's right. Who exactly are you?" The old man from the underworld clan was also extremely shocked by Xianxia's strength. In his eyes, only people who had cultivated world-defying stage divine source would have such terrifying strength. "It doesn't matter who I am. And you are from hell. Do you know how many evil deeds the underworld have done in the most ancient era?" Xianxia said coldly. "Of course we know, but that has nothing to do with us. Even if we break the seal, we'll only fall into hell. The crystal creation race, on the other hand, has opened up another path, bringing many vicious fellows into the most ancient era." The old man said, "And all of us are unwilling to be enslaved by the crystal creation race. Originally, we had more than 1,000 people, but in the end, there was only this little bit that we could escape to here. The more than 20 crystal creation races are chasing after you. It seems like they want to obtain something from your hands." "Then what is it?" Xianxia was also very interested in this thing. "Then kill us," the old man said with a deadpan expression. The dozens of Hell clansmen had the same expression, as if they were looking down on life and death. "I was just asking. I didn't say I wanted it." Xianxia said, "Since the most ancient era's massacre has nothing to do with you, I will not make a move against you." Xianxia could tell that these infernals were different from the underworld humans he met. At least they didn't have that kind of violent killing intent on them. "We have an important mission. We need to bring that thing to a place." The old man also saw that Xianxia's killing intent had faded, and his tone became much more gentle. "I'm on my way to the evil Hell Mountain. You're from the Hell Clan. Do you know about the matter of the evil Hell Mountain?" Xianxia said. His words caused the group of Hell clansmen to be shocked. "We're also going to the evil Hell Mountain." The old man asked, "Why are you going to the evil Hell Mountain?" "To find Hell Divine Lord. I only heard that he is there. He has been sleeping deeply all year long, so I was unable to wake him up." Xianxia said, "I have something to talk to him about." "What's the matter?" the old man asked hurriedly. "In the infernal realm, there are restrictions on those who possess world-defying stage divine source. I hope that I can grasp this type of restriction and allow the most ancient era to have this kind of power as well. This way, the crystal creation race won't be able to commit crimes in the most ancient era. Xianxia said. Hell Divine Lord is actually not in deep sleep, but sealed. The item to remove the seal is in my hands. We are also about to go to the evil Hell Mountain and unseal the Hell Divine Lord. The old man said. Then let's go together. Xianxia smiled. My name is Xianxia. I wonder what old senior's name is? Just call me Old Tang. Old Tang smiled as well. They both let their guard down. Xianxia took out a few rebirth powders to heal their injuries. After understanding that when they were sealed, they would often fight in that sealed space, and the crystal creation race had continuously instigated the other infernal races inside to resist them, resulting in them being weak in the end. It was a good thing that they were able to preserve that thing and reach this place without a hitch. Why are the crystal creation race and the rest removing the seal on the array disk? Xianxia was a little curious. If the crystal creation race didn't want the Hell Divine Lord to wake up, he only wanted to kill these dozens of people. It is said that this array disk has other uses. It is said that it can lift the restrictions on the initial God creation realm and allow people to enter the initial God creation realm more smoothly. Old Tang said, I don't know the specifics either. Back then, when Tao Creation Divine Lord gave it to me, I was to guard it well. If the Hell Clan loses control and breaks out of the seal, then I was to bring this formation plate to the evil Hell Mountain and wake Hell Divine Lord up. So that's how it is. Seems like Hell Divine Lord was also sealed by Tao Creation Divine Lord. Xianxia said. If he had not sealed the Hell Divine Lord, he would not be alive right now. He would definitely have been killed long ago. Old Tang sighed. Hell Divine Lord's cultivation isn't high, but he's extremely proficient in incantations. Xianxia was already on his way with Old Tang and the rest, running along the river towards the evil Hell Mountain. Old Tang, how much do you know about Star Creation Race? Xianxia asked. It seems like the only thing that's missing is the Star Creation Race? Is that so? Xianxia thought about the big door he saw from Long Yu's Hell Star. If the Hell Star was truly related to Star Creation Race, then he was even more worried. He was worried that Long Yu would break the seal and release the ferocious Star Creation Race. Star Creation Race was also sealed in Hell. However, I heard that although the Star Creation Race is very savage, it is the best clan to exterminate. The most powerful aspect of the Star Creation Race is the power to control the incantations. Old Tang recalled. Xianxia could only hope that nothing would happen to Long Yu. In other words, they could be considered acquaintances, not to mention that she was the daughter of the first beast creation ancestor. Old Tang, are you the emperor of the infernal realm? Xianxia asked. Then Old Tang held the array disk that he was about to use. His position must not be low. You can say that. He is also the most useless of all the creation races, right? Old Tang smiled wryly. Then do you know the first beast creation ancestor? Xianxia felt that they were definitely people of the same period. Yes, is he still alive? Back then Tao Creation Divine Lord had said that the only ancestor who could survive in the end was Hell Divine Lord. Old Tang asked in surprise. He did not know about the first beast creation ancestor. He's still alive, and he can't die even if he wanted to. Xianxia simply told Old Tang about the first beast creation ancestor, which made him exclaim in shock. Old Tang, first beast creation ancestor has a daughter who is now the emperor of the beast creation race. You should know her as well. She should be around the same time as you. But she doesn't seem to know as much as you do. Xianxia said. Are you talking about Long Yu? Old Tang was shocked and shouted. She is beast creation race emperor? Is it really that strange for her to become a beast creation race emperor? She is the daughter of the first beast creation ancestor, so it should be normal for her to become the clan emperor. Xianxia felt puzzled when he saw Old Tang being so shocked. Do you know that Long Yu's origins are very special? Old Tang frowned. I just didn't expect her to live until now. Why can't I live until now? She's alive and well. Xianxia said. Do you know who Long Yu's mother is? Old Tang asked. Xianxia shook his head. He had asked the first beast creation ancestor before, but got no answer. Long Yu's mother is from the star creation race, and she's a very bad woman at that. Old Tang sighed. At first beast creation ancestor didn't know, but when he found out, he killed it. So that's how it is. No wonder Long Yu's feelings for her father are so contradictory. Xianxia sighed. Long Yu was sure that he knew what his mother did. But Long Yu is the daughter of the founder and first beast creation ancestor. She shouldn't have been able to obtain her for so long. Old Tang said, she definitely inherited some of her mother's power, so it will cause her to turn evil. Not really. She's still alive and well. Xianxiang really did not expect Long Yu's mother to be the founder of the Star King Mountain. In other words, the Smoke Charming was part of the star creation race and her position was very high as well. They both had Hell Star S in their hands, and now that they were going to the same place, who knew what would be inside? Let's go wake up the infernal god first, Old Tang said. After journeying for a month, Xianxiang and the others saw the evil Hell Mountain, a tall mountain in the middle of a large river. After arriving here, Old Tang told the others to wait outside, and then he and Xianxiang entered a cave in the evil Hell Mountain. Do you want to go in from here? Xianxiang asked. Maybe it's a trap or something? No, there's only one cave in the evil Hell Mountain. This is definitely the place. Old Tang smiled. We can enter without worries. Xianxiang followed behind Old Tang and walked into the pitch-black cave. The cave led straight to the belly of the mountain. Not long after, they arrived at a stone room inside the belly of the mountain. There was a circular pit on the floor of the stone room. Old Tang took out a round formation plate and placed it on top of the hole. He then spun around, only to see a staircase leading down from the floor. Go down! Old Tang was the first to leave, followed by Xianxiang. After walking for a while, they reached the bottom. Then, they walked through a passageway until they came to a stone wall at the end. There was another depression in the wall. Old Tang did the same as before. He took out an array disc and placed it on the hole, then turned it around and opened a door. The Hell Divine Lord should be inside, Old Tang said. After Xianxiang and Old Tang entered, they saw a black bed placed in the middle of a spacious stone room. Let's not go over first. There might be a trap. Old Tang immediately pulled Xianxiang, preventing him from walking forward. He carefully checked his surroundings. To be able to come here, one must use an array disc. If this array disc can come here, then there shouldn't be any traps. Xianxiang laughed. Not necessarily. Old Tang took out a few Tao Creation holy crystals and sprinkled them on the ground. When the Tao Creation holy crystal was released, the surroundings were suddenly filled with a black mist, followed by a burst of scorching energy. Retreat! It's a poisonous fire! Old Tang shouted. Xianxiang anxiously retreated out of the stone room, and after Old Tang exited, he anxiously closed the stone door. There really is a trap. Xianxiang took a deep breath. If not for Old Tang, he would have definitely walked over earlier. Will it burn Hell Divine Lord? Don't worry. The Hell Divine Lord will not be burned to death like that. Old Tang said, we'll go in after the fire energy has been completely incinerated. There might be other traps. Xianxiang did not know how strong the poison fire was either, but to be able to be here, it was definitely not too weak. I don't know. I'll test after I enter. Old Tang shook his head. As long as we're careful, we'll be fine. Xianxiang nodded. For hours later, Old Tang and the others who had opened the stone room entered with Xianxiang. Old Tang made Xianxiang hold his breath. At the same time, he channeled his energy to resist the poison, to prevent himself from getting poisoned. There shouldn't be any other traps, Old Tang said after a careful inspection. Afterwards, he and Xianxiang carefully arrived beside the black stone bed. How do you make the Hell Divine Lord's attribute? Through the mist on the black stone bed, Xianxiang could see a person's pitch-black figure lying on the stone bed. Let's take a look at the stone bed. Is there any place where we can place the formation plates? Old Tang held an array disc in his hand, not knowing what to do. After that, Xianxiang carefully checked the surroundings of the stone bed, but he did not find any pit. Old Tang checked the stone bed a few times but found no direction. It might even be on the stone bed, Xianxia said as he looked at the stone bed. No, this black mist is poisonous gas. Do not touch it. Old Tang shook his head, thinking that it was impossible for him to be on the bed. Afterwards, they searched around the stone room, but couldn't find any place to place the formation plates. Old Tang, can I have my master take a look? She's a formation master, so she might be able to see something. Xianxia said. Of course you can. Old Tang hurriedly said. Xianxia immediately let Xianxia out. Old Tang couldn't help but be shocked when he saw such a beautiful girl coming out. He thought that Xianxia's master was an old man like him. After Xianxia came out, he politely greeted Old Tang, and then brought up the matter of taking a look at the formation plate in Old Tang's hands. Old Tang also passed it to Xianxia. Xianxia looked at it carefully for a moment, then said, the black stone bed has a sealing force, which means that the black mist is extremely toxic and can cause people to fall asleep. Yes, how do you know? Old Tang was surprised. The method of using this formation plate is not to place it somewhere, but to absorb the poisonous fog. Xianxia smiled slightly. I saw it from the runes on the array disk. Awesome! Old Tang exclaimed. Then how do we use this formation plate? As long as the formation plate absorbs a bit of the poison, it can activate by itself. Xianxia said, we can give it a try. Old Tang walked over, using the formation tray in his hand to carefully touch the mist enveloping the black stone bed. Just as the formation plate touched the mist, it created a strong suction force, causing the mist on the stone bed to immediately flow into the stone plate. In the blink of an eye, the black poison mist on the black stone bed was completely absorbed. A fat middle-aged man with a big stomach was lying on the stone bed snoring while wearing a loose set of black clothes. This guy is Hell Divine Lord? Xianxia looked at the fatty and said with a little surprise. Seeing Old Tang's surprised expression, Xianxia knew that this fat middle-aged man was Hell Divine Lord. Amen. He is our Hell Divine Lord. Old Tang nodded. The Hell Divine Lord was snoring, as though he was sleeping soundly. Just when Xianxia was surprised by what he saw, he suddenly turned his body and scratched his butt. Wake him up, Xianxia said. All right. Old Tang walked over and whispered into Hell Divine Lord's ear. Xianxia also entered the Yu Yao Mountain Villa at this time. Old Tang Qing shouted for a moment, but Hell Divine Lord did not wake up. Has he really been released? Xianxia frowned. Why haven't you woken up yet? Maybe he slept too deeply. He used to have a problem like that. Old Tang laughed awkwardly, then yelled beside Hell Divine Lord's ear. God Lord, I'm Old Tang. After shouting, Hell Divine Lord was still snoring, so he didn't hear Old Tang's roar at all. Let me do it. Xianxia took out the bell, and then, secretly channeling his soundwave martial spirit, he fiercely smashed it. The bell was instantly shattered, and the resulting sound shook the entire evil Hell Mountain, causing the entire mountain to shake. Hell Divine Lord was also frightened to the point that he jumped up abruptly with a face filled with fear. What happened? He was scared to death. It's me. Hell Divine Lord was confused. He grabbed Old Tang's arm and asked, No. Nothing much. Old Tang was also shocked by the commotion caused by Xianxia. That kind of noise was way too loud. Ha ha. There's an effect now. Xianxia laughed. After the Hell Divine Lord woke up, he closed his eyes and took a deep breath. It seems like a lot has happened. Hell Divine Lord had always been in deep sleep, and he remembered what happened before he fell asleep. A lot of things have happened. Old Tang nodded. Hell Divine Lord looked at Xianxia and asked, Who is this brat? It's not like we're from hell. I am Xianxia. I have a request from the god. Xianxia said. Tell me what happened. The Hell Divine Lord said. Afterwards, Xianxia talked about many things that happened in the Tao Creation Divine Lord, including the era of the annexed Myriad Tao. I really didn't think that old dragon and I would still be alive in the end. According to what the Tao Creation Divine Lord said, in the end, I was the only one who survived the ancestral founder. The Hell Divine Lord laughed. God Lord, I heard that you are proficient in formation enchantments and many types of incantations. I want most ancient era to be like hell and restrict the power of world-defying stage divine source and divine energy. Xianxia said, that is a bit difficult. I can tell you the method of setting up this spirit formation, but you need a very powerful energy source. Hell Divine Lord said, currently, we can only restrict people from the world-defying stage divine source. Amongst the most ancient era, the strongest source of energy was only the medicine creation divine continent. The energy of the 9 divine trees were extremely strong, but it was currently controlled by the crystal creation race. God, what about the other hell clansmen? They did not do good in the most ancient era. Old Tang said, I have my own ways of dealing with them. I will bring them all back. The Hell Divine Lord frowned and said, seems like the most ancient era is in trouble. The crystal creation race is the most troublesome. Crystal creation race is indeed hard to deal with. What's more, they have teamed up with the experts of initial God creation realm. Xianxia said, furthermore, they are the commanders of the other creation races, so it is possible that the beast creation race is also under their control. These bastards, they're always so reckless. Hell Divine Lord cursed in a low voice, then took out a disc and passed it to Xianxia. This is the formation that restricts the world-defying stage divine source. Xianxia immediately thanked him and passed the disc to Xiao Xianglin. There were many incantations engraved on it that he could not understand. God Master, what are the uses of the 9 Chuangyuan Qi? Crystal Creation Race was in a hurry to find Chuangyuan Qi. Xianxia said the man in black had also said that it was because he was going to the initial God creation realm, but he felt that there must be other uses to it. There are many uses for Chuangyuan Qi, but the greatest one is used to create eras. Hell Divine Lord said, and also the power that can control most ancient era. In most ancient era, there are 9 sources of energy. One needs to use the key to enter the place and be able to control the energy transportation inside the place. The Chuangyuan Qi had such uses. Xianxia was secretly shocked. So, it's normal for them to be looking for the initial God creation realm. It's best if they don't get it. Otherwise, the initial God creation realm's energy source will be directly obtained by them. Hell Divine Lord said in a serious tone. He did not know that had initial God creation realm on him. Where are the 9 divine trees of medicine creation divine continent? It seems to also be hiding an extremely strong energy, which should also have a huge impact on the most ancient era. Xianxia asked. The 9 divine trees are the gates to the 9 energy sources in the most ancient era. Even if they were destroyed, the 9 divine trees would be reborn somewhere else. It's just that it would take a long time. The Hell Divine Lord replied, I need to summon a demon hunt squad and have them head to the most ancient era to kill that group of Hell's descendants. Hell Divine Lord took the formation plate Old Tang gave him, and then he arrived above the evil Hell Mountain. He opened the formation plate and let it emit a black light which shone onto the Golden Blood River. Crash! The originally slow-flowing Golden Blood River suddenly turned into a sea of splashes, splashing against the shore. Xianxia looked at the surging Golden Blood River in shock, because he saw many people in black armor riding on gigantic black war horses, slowly floating up from the middle of the river. This is the Demon Hunt Squad from Hell, Hell Divine Lord said. They have been asleep for many years. Xianxia spat on the ground, because the entire Golden Blood River was filled with demon hunters from Hell. He guessed that there were at least a few 100 million of them. Go to most ancient era and kill all the demons there. Hell Divine Lord shouted. Countless demon hunters from Hell turned into a black fog, and this fog floated far away, heading towards most ancient era. This Hell Divine Lord is truly powerful. Probably a trump card left behind by the Tao Creation Divine Lord. Xianxia thought. I will personally make a trip to most ancient era. Old Tang, are you coming with me? Hell Divine Lord said. I'll go see Old Dragon. The old dragon he spoke of was the first beast creation ancestor. I'll go too. Old Tang said and then looked towards Xianxia. I won't go. Xianxia shook his head. He needed to be at ease in refining pills, cultivate the world-defying stage divine source, and then go take back the medicine creation divine continent. The current crystal creation race was very powerful, and even the Hell Divine Lord might not be able to take him down, so he could only rely on him. After Hell Divine Lord and Old Tang left, Xianxia returned to Dan Devil City himself. Isn't the City of Hell also related to the Hell Divine Lord? If there is a relationship, Hell Divine Lord might have a pill to cultivate the world-defying stage divine source. When Xianxia went to the City of Hell before, the skeletal man had said that he did. Xianxia shook his head. He did not want to think about it anymore, and felt that it would be better if he could continue to refine pills and break through. After using more than 10 days of time, Xianxia finally returned to the Dan Devil City. It was extremely quiet here, as if he did not know anything about the Hell Divine Lord's attribute. When the Yellow Heaven Dan Devil saw Xianxia returning, he asked with a smile, "Did you get anything from going to the City of Hell?" "Yes, I saw Hell Divine Lord," Xianxia said, then told Yellow Heaven Dan Devil about what happened, which made him exclaim in shock. After Xianxia and Yellow Heaven Dan Devil chatted for a while, they went into the room and laid on the bed to rest. "Do you remember the golden stone that Long Yu gave me before?" Xiao Xianglin asked. "Of course I remember. The mysterious golden stone Long Yu used to exchange for Paternoster Soul Stone S was used for you," Xianxia said. "After I learned the incantation formation from the Hell Divine Lord, I undid the seal on that golden stone." Xiao Xianglin was very surprised. Originally, this stone was a seal, but the incantation inside it can release a very strong power that can penetrate the seal and be felt by me, and decided that this was a very powerful incantation. "Is it the legendary mantra?" Xianxia asked anxiously. "It's not a legendary mantra, far more powerful than legendary mantra," Xiao Xianglin said. "If you want to give me a name, it should be called the Arrogant Curse. Is it that powerful?" "How did you know?" Xianxia asked in shock. From Xiao Xianglin's tone, it could be seen that he was many times stronger than the legendary mantra. This incantation is made up of 9,981 strokes, and a legendary mantra would at most take around 10 strokes. Xiao Xianglin said, "Currently, I still don't know what abilities this incantation has. Also, when I'm learning it, it won't be difficult to learn it because I have mastered too many legendary mantra." "Won't he be able to learn it very soon?" Xianxia said in surprise. "When the time comes, I will also refine a Paternoster Soul Stone for you." Xiao Xianglin said, "I have already sent one of my clones to learn it. Looks like Long Yu suffered a huge loss." Xianxia laughed. "Yes, so you have to treat her better in the future." Xiao Xianglin laughed. When Xianxia heard that Xiao Xianglin had obtained the Arcana incantation, his mood became very good. After fusing with the Shenyuan crystal ginseng, the heavenly demon ginseng created by He Fengyuan and the Meijing sisters produced a very powerful energy. The heavenly demon ginseng was formed from the fusion of the 4 Dan Devils that Xianxia had won, and was equally as strong as the Shenyuan crystal ginseng. The most important thing was that it could produce an intense reaction with the Shenyuan crystal ginseng, and then produce an extremely strong energy. After Xianxia stayed in the time array for a few months, he entered the stage of awakening the incantation. Awakening the Huajing Dan grain is yet another huge expense. Xianxia secretly felt his heart ache. He still had more than 200 million Tao Creation holy crystals in his hands, but he felt that they would all be used up very soon. Xianxia placed 50 million Tao Creation holy crystals inside the Tianchuang furnace. He estimated that he would need to use up so much energy to awaken it. He came out of the time array and waited outside for half a day before entering again. It had already been more than 50 years since he entered. The Tao Creation's holy crystal is gone. Xianxia was shocked and then put another 50 million in. After half a day after he entered the time array, he realized that there was still no condensing a core, and that 50 million Tao Creation holy crystals had also been used up. "I can't let this 100 million Tao Creation holy crystals not be enough to feed me." Xianxia came out of the time array and waited outside patiently. A day later, Xianxia finally condensed a pellet after entering the time array. He used 195 million Tao creation divine crystals. Xianxia took a deep breath. What a huge consumption! The higher the consumption of awakening Huajing Dan grain, the higher the quality and the stronger the energy. Don't let me down. Xianxia looked at the black and red pellet that was flickering with light, and then put it into his mouth. A wave of energy instantly rushed forth and a wave of red blood energy gushed out of Xianxia's body. Half a day later, a thick layer of red crystals covered his body, as if he was in a cocoon. He had also fallen asleep inside. Very quickly, 100 years had passed, and the red crystal surrounding Xianxia turned into a red stone. After he woke up, he immediately broke free from the stone and sighed emotionally. The refining time is very short. Xianxia was very surprised when he found out that it had only been 100 years. Before this, he needed 3,000 years to refine some of the pellets. He Fengyuan also gave this pill a name, Congealing Origin Divine Pill. You still can't cultivate world-defying stage divine source? Xiao Xianglin asked. I haven't cultivated it yet, but it's going to be soon. Eating another pellet will definitely produce it. Xianxia had a very strong feeling that the aura of his divine origin realm was also becoming extremely dense. If you guys were to eat it, you might be able to break through with just one pill. Xianxia really wanted to refine 2 of them immediately, but he needed the Tao Creation's holy crystals right now. There are no more Tao Creation's divine crystals. Xianxia consumed nearly 200 million Tao Creation holy crystals just to refine it, but cultivating the world-defying stage divine source was still very worthwhile. If we use Twin Dan Grain S to refine, perhaps we can refine 2 of them for 300 million. Xiao Xianglin said. Now I have to go and get the 300 million Tao Creation's holy crystals. The first thing that came to Xianxia's mind was the Yellow Heaven Dan Devil. If he were to sell medicinal pellets from the Yellow Heaven Dan Devil's Yellow Sky Tower, he would very quickly be able to gather a sum of Tao Creation's sacred crystals. It should be easier to sell Ziyuan S, you just need to sell a few of them, Xianxia said. Previously, when Yellow Heaven Dan Devil bought 2 pills for 100 million, he was able to cultivate world-defying stage divine source. There should be many people in the infernal realm who were as wealthy as the Yellow Heaven Dan Devil. If they all needed to use Ziyuan S for this junior to cultivate world-defying stage divine source, they would definitely be willing to buy it. Xianxia immediately went to Yellow Heaven Dan Devil to discuss this matter. How about this, you sell one of them to me for 50 million each, and then I will resell it to you. That way, you can also quickly obtain the Tao Creation's divine crystals. The Yellow Heaven Dan Devil laughed. If this pill were sold through his Yellow Sky Tower, his reputation would definitely soar, far surpassing that of the other buildings. No problem. Xianxia laughed. It's just that, Senior Huang Tian, do you still have a lot of Tao Creation's divine crystals? I can borrow it. I know a lot of people. I can borrow 10 or 20 million from each of them. The Yellow Heaven Dan Devil laughed. After Xianxia asked the Yellow Heaven Dan Devil for 60 million Tao Creation holy crystals, he returned to his room to refine Ziyuan S. He refined them together with his 2 clones. Yellow Heaven Dan Devil had also gone out to find a friend to borrow the Tao Creation's sacred crystal. Yellow Heaven Dan Devil was not the strongest Dan Devil in the Dan Devil city, but she was definitely the most popular. He had many friends, and this was mainly because she was a very kind person. Furthermore, Tianyu Dan Devil and the others didn't have as many friends as Yellow Heaven Dan Devil. As for Dan Devil, she was the one that kept a low profile. Yellow Heaven Dan Devil went around the Dan Devil city and borrowed a lot of Tao Creation's holy crystals, but it was not enough, she could only go to other cities. After Xianxia spent about 10 days refining pills in the time array, she had already refined 6 Ziyuan Dan. After traveling to quite a few cities, I can only borrow 200 million. Coupled with my many years of travel, it should be enough. The Yellow Heaven Dan Devil said. I need 300 million, Xianxia said. Enough. Yellow Heaven Dan Devil immediately passed 300 million Tao Creation divine crystals to Xianxia. Then she took the Ziyuan Dan from Xianxia. The Ziyuan Dan was able to help a person cultivate spirit energy, so after his previous disciple ate 2 pills, he was able to successfully cultivate it, and the effects were already known to everyone. At this time, the Tian Yudan devil was extremely pleased with herself, because he had the Ziyuan spiritual fruit in his possession. However, he did not know that just the Ziyuan spiritual fruit alone could not refine a Ziyuan Dan. That bastard, old devil Tianyu. Many people are now trying to curry favor with him just because he has a Ziyuan spiritual fruit. Yellow Heaven Dan devil laughed. This guy still doesn't know when to stop. Only then would we be able to grow fruit trees, let alone refine Ziyuan Dan S, and begin to brag about ourselves. Chun Xiang couldn't help but laugh. If the Ziyuan spiritual fruit seeds a fruit tree, then it would be a purple fire tree. Even if it was possible, the investment would be huge. I'm going back to refine pills. Chun Xiang received enough Tao Creation holy crystals and quickly returned to his room. If I eat another origin condensation pill, I should be able to cultivate the world-defying stage divine source. Should I cultivate it or not? Chun Xiang was hesitating. If he managed to cultivate it, it would mean that he would be severely restricted in hell. He felt that there were still things he needed to do in the infernal realm, so he couldn't make a breakthrough that quickly. Most ancient era has already taken over, so there shouldn't be a need to rush. I will first wait for news from Long Yu. Chun Xiang had already decided not to eat the congealed origin divine pellet for the time being, but she could let Xiao Xianglin eat it first. This time, he used Twin Dan Grain S to refine the congealing origin divine pill, which could refine 2 pellets at the same time, which would save him a lot of medicinal ingredients as well as the Tao Creation's divine crystals. Chun Xiang was currently not anxious at all. Since the Hell Divine Lord had already ordered the Demon Hunt Squad to head to the most ancient era, it shouldn't be long before they could eliminate all the evil underworld humans there. More than 10 days later, Chun Xiang had already refined 2 Ziyuan Dan. Master, take one first. Chun Xiang gave 1 pellet to Xiao Xianglin. If Xiao Xianglin could cultivate world-defying stage divine source, then when she was refining other types of array divine weapons, he would be able to refine even faster, and also able to refine stronger ones. What she needed to do next was to create an array disk. If she could successfully activate the array disk, she could restrict those who could cultivate world-defying stage divine source S to run errands for her in the most ancient era. All right, Xiao Xianglin said. After I break through, I need to refine even better time array. Although the time array that Chun Xiang was currently using could transform into 100 years in a day, compared to the time array S of the strong practitioners in most ancient era, they were considered to be far behind. A single Tao Creation holy crystal would be able to circulate for a long time. If it was a higher level time array, then she would need to consume even more Tao Creation holy crystals. I have enough time array for now, Chun Xiang said. He was worried that using the other time array would increase the consumption of the Tao Creation's holy crystals. Currently, he was really short on Tao Creation divine crystals, so he had used up a lot of them just to concoct the pills. Xiao Xianglin kept his clone and ate it, refining it inside the time array. When Chun Xiang arrived at the main hall of the Yellow Heaven restaurant, Yellow Heaven Dan Devil was entertaining guests there. When she saw Chun Xiang, he immediately brought Chun Xiang to a room with a smile. Senior Huang Tian. Business is pretty good. Chun Xiang laughed. I sold all the Ziyuan Dan you sold to me. I earned a bit too. Most importantly, it greatly increased my reputation in the Yellow Sky Tower. Yellow Heaven Dan Devil chuckled. That's good. Chun Xiang laughed heartily. If Tian Yu Dan Devil knows about this, she will definitely be very angry. Isn't that right? This guy came all the way to Yellow Sky Tower and asked me to hand you over, saying that you were lying and that there was only 1 Ziyuan spiritual fruit. But now there are so many of them. Yellow Heaven Dan Devil replied. He came to cause trouble, so I kicked him out. The next time he comes looking for trouble, you can tell him that the purple fire tree came from the most ancient era. It's the result of the purple fire tree some time ago. Chun Xiang said. The Ziyuan spiritual fruit is actually from the purple fire tree. Yellow Heaven Dan Devil was shocked. Old Alchemist was someone who had a better understanding of the medicine creation divine continent and knew about the 9 divine tree. Well, if you tell him that, He won't come looking for trouble next time. Xianxia laughed. All right. The yellow heaven Dan devil nodded her head and laughed. Xianxia, can you refine 4 more Xiandes? I have 2 good friends that want them. They offered me 120 million to buy them. I will help you resell them to them. I don't want to earn that price anymore. Xianxia thought about how she did not have many holy crystals left, and about the fact that she would need to use the arrogant rune to refine Paternoster Soulstone S, and maybe consume a lot of Tao Creation holy crystals by then, so he nodded in agreement. Sure. Xianxia had only agreed, but Yellow Heaven Dan Devil would give him the 240 million Tao Creations holy crystals. Refining a few Xiandan is just a piece of cake. After Xianxia returned to her room, she started to refine the pellet happily. To be able to earn so many Tao Creation holy crystals so easily, this was the benefit of mastering the extremely strong alchemy skills. After Xianxia finished refining today, the moment she opened the door to the secret room, she saw Long Yu standing outside. Sister Yu, you're back, Xianxia asked. Long Yu nodded his head, only to see her looking anxious, as though he had something urgent. What happened? Xianxia saw through it and asked anxiously. Smoke Charming is in trouble. Sitting on the chair, Long Yu heaved a long sigh, her face carrying a trace of grief. She, dead. When Xianxia thought about how this charming and peerless beauty had died, she could not help but feel sad. Long Yu looked very bald and crippled, as if she had suffered the biggest setback in history. He didn't die, but it was even more painful than death. Long Yu closed her eyes and sighed. Calm down first. I'll go find Senior Huang Tian. We'll talk about it when I get back. Xianxia patted her shoulder, then went to find Yellow Heaven Dan Devil. After handing the 4 Xiandes in his hands to Yellow Heaven Dan Devil, Xianxia quickly returned to his hall. What exactly did you encounter? From the things that I have learnt these few days, the place you guys went should be related to the Star Creation race. Xianxia could see the sorrow in Long Yu's expression because she was controlling her emotions to the limit and did not want to show it. How do you know? Long Yu was slightly surprised. I saw Hell Divine Lord. After you and Smoke Charming left, I went back to the surface. Xianxia told Long Yu about the Infernal Realm and Crystal Creation race. After Long Yu finished listening, she was extremely angry, because her Beast Creation race was actually taken over by the Crystal Creation race. I want to go back. Damn Crystal Creation race. Long Yu had originally been in a state of grief and fury, but now that he found out about this, he became even more furious. Xianxia anxiously pulled her, and just now, when she was talking about these things, he carefully observed Long Yu's reactions, especially when she mentioned that Beast Creation race's humanoid beasts would eat first Beast Creation ancestor. Her emotions fluctuated the most, and although she was trying his best to resist, it was still not difficult to tell. Are we just going to let them go? Long Yu said. First of all, you have to be told what happened to you. Xianxia said. If we want to deal with most ancient era, we need more power, so we have to save Smoke Charming. The Smoke Charming had also cultivated a world-defying stage divine source, so she was an important figure in the Star Creation race, so he would definitely be very strong. I can't save him, and going back to that place this time, there will be no chance of me coming out again. Smoke Charming almost sacrificed himself before allowing me out. Long Yu lowered his head and fought back his tears. Smoke Charming was her little aunt, one of her few relatives. Although she was always cold and filled with killing intent, she was indeed a very emotional person, especially towards family. There is no such thing as an absolute certainty. Xianxia said. In this world, there is no place that can trap me. Xianxia. I don't want to hurt you. Forget it, let's go back to the most ancient era. Long Yu shook his head. Tell me first what kind of place it is. Xianxia was also very curious. Star Creation race and Hell Clan are both sealed, and now the Hell Divine Lord had been released, but the Star Creation race had not. We will pass through the Hell Star and go to the place where the Star Creation race is sealed. Long Yu said. The 2 of you should have already known. Xianxia said. Long Yu's mother was the founder of the Star Creation race. We can roughly guess. Long Yu sighed. The reason we are going to the Star Creation race is also because we want to take the Creation Spirit Stone. It is something extremely important to the Star Creation race. The Star Creation Stone? Xianxia asked. Is it important? It's very important, the thing that my mother left behind after she died. Although we don't know the specific function of it, it is currently controlled by the people from the Star Creation race, and we want it back. We cannot let them use it, otherwise, they will break through the seal one day. If they were to come out, they will be demons stronger than the Crystal Creation race. Long Yu was helpless. They had failed and had lost their smoke charming. Take me with you, Xianxia said. You guys can use the power of the world-defying stage divine source inside, right? I can use it, but I'm still not a match for that group of fellows. The strongest aspect of the Star Creation race is its ability to use incantations, and there are all sorts of powerful killing formations laid everywhere. Long Yu said, my master is also very skilled. She is the heavenly incantation master. Right now, she is in closed-door training and will soon come out. If she knows about this, she will definitely be very happy. Xianxia laughed. Don't worry, smoke charming will definitely be fine. But your master's cultivation is not high. Long Yu said, don't say anything. If we don't hurry up, the smoke charming might really be dead. Xianxia said, quickly bring me to her. Long Yu frowned and hesitated. She was well aware how terrifying that place was, and he was worried that he would implicate Xianxia after entering. Are you really sure? Long Yu asked. There really is one. Xianxia nodded with a serious expression. All right, let's go now. Long Yu finally decided to bring Xianxia. After Xianxia bid farewell to the Yellow Heaven Dan Devil, she followed Long Yu and left the Dan Devil city. Long Yu took out a frisbee and flew high in the sky with Xianxia on it. Star Creation race is sealed in hell, and there aren't any dangers along the way. It's just that there's another space inside the seal, and there are many powerful Star Creation race inside. It's extremely dangerous. Long Yu said. Who left the Hell Star behind? Xianxia asked. I left it behind by the Tao Creation Divine Lord. Through the Hell Star, one could enter and exit the seal. Originally, Tao Creation Divine Lord thought that after sealing them long enough, they would die. Long Yu said. Before Smoke Charming and I went in, we also thought that they had died. This way, we would be able to quickly find the Star Creation Stone. Who knew? Before, Hell Divine Lord also said that the fellow from Star Creation race will die after being sealed. This is truly unexpected. Xianxia said. There are many killing arrays inside. After Smoke Charming and I entered, we were trapped for a period of time by the killing arrays, and then someone came to find us. The Smoke Charming used all of her strength to break free from the killing arrays, and then block those people, allowing me to escape. As Long Yu said till this point, her face revealed sadness. Although she had a grudge with Smoke Charming did not hesitate to save her. Don't worry. We will definitely be able to save her. Xianxia was extremely confident, because she had already consumed the congealed origin divine pill, and was about to cultivate the world-defying stage divine source. A heavenly incantation master who cultivated the world-defying stage divine source would definitely be extremely strong. Furthermore, he still had a congealing origin divine pill in his hands. As long as he consumed it, he would be able to cultivate the world-defying stage divine source, together with the doppelganger mantra, the profound Feng mantra, and the power to kill Qilong. Smoke Charming blew up 2 clones. Long Yu said, will this harm her greatly? It won't, at most, make her forget about the doppelganger mantra, and she will never be able to control it ever again. Xianxia said, but after eating the doppelganger mantra soul stone, you will be able to gain a new understanding of the doppelganger mantra. That's good. Long Yu heaved a long sigh. I have the doppelganger mantra soul stone with me. My master left it as a backup for me. I had previously destroyed my own clone once. Xianxia said with a smile, then told Long Yu about him meeting Golden Fire Arrogant Lord's grandson. She never thought that Xianxia would clash with the grandson of the Golden Fire Arrogant Lord so early on. The first time she was only at the peak of the world-defying stage legendary rank, and he was even able to escape from people who had cultivated the world-defying stage divine source. After flying for more than 10 days, Xianxia and Long Yu arrived above a huge pitch-black mud pit. The star creation race is sealed below. Long Yu took out a key. If it was made from the fusion of two hell stars. Long Yu held onto the key tightly and looked at Xianxia. Xianxia nodded his head, indicating that she could begin, and that Xianxia had also successfully cultivated the world-defying stage divine source. She was extremely confident in his strength, especially when facing the various incantation-killing arrays. Long Yu used her power to enter the key, only to see the key emitting a golden light, enveloping both of them, and at the same time changing the flying discs to Xianxia's 6 realms mirrors. Xianxia could directly control the 6 realms mirrors in the Yuyao Mountain Villa, so she understood the various arrays within the 6 realms mirrors the best. The 6 realms mirrors could also defend and attack. After the 6 realms mirrors was wrapped in the golden light released by the key, it started to sink into the quagmire. Xianxia also felt a spatial ripple. They were passing through a spatial barrier towards another dimension. The inside of the creator realm was also a field of white mist. Upon entering, Xianxia felt an inexplicable pressure. "Be careful," Long Yu frowned. Although it's empty inside, the killing incantation formation is everywhere. There was a flat land below him and the soil was dark. There were many small black stones, so it was hard to tell. After landing on the ground, Xianxia looked up at the sky. Although it was very bright, there were thick clouds, making him feel like there was an extremely strong killing array up there. It would release a very powerful force. "Don't move!" Xianxia suddenly came out from the Yuyao Mountain Villa with a stern expression. "Sister Xiao." When Long Yu saw Xianxia, she noticed that Xianxia's current aura was a little different. This made her secretly shocked, because he had felt a trace of divine origin force just now. "Xiao Yu, was the place you landed at earlier also here?" Xianxia asked. "No." Long Yu looked around and shook her head. "We have fought in that place before, and there are very obvious marks, but not here. Master, are there really many killing formations around here?" Xianxia asked. "A lot. We are now in a killing array." As Xianxia spoke, she took out a golden long sword. It seemed to have been refined using the Tao Creation's holy crystal. She tossed out the long sword and accurately stabbed it into a large rock in the distance. Penetrated through the rock and stabbed deeply into the ground. Afterwards, she took out more than 10 of these swords and threw them at the surrounding 10 stones. "It should be enough." She closed her eyes and saw more than 10 golden swords suddenly glow and then burst out with a blinding golden light. "This killing array has been broken." Xianxia smiled slightly. "It won't be difficult for me." Xianxia and Long Yu were very surprised, because they saw green grass appearing all around them and all the surrounding black stone earth appeared. "This is what it looks like." Seeing that Xianxia was so capable, she couldn't help but feel admiration and secretly rejoice in his heart, because this was more likely to save Smoke Charming. "Where is the Smoke Charming?" Xianxia asked. "I don't know." Long Yu shook his head. Xianxia frowned and said, "The killing formations here are deliberately laid out by someone, and it requires a large amount of energy. So where did all this energy come from? From the stars." Long Yu continued, "Within the star creation race, those powerful individuals all have many stars in their bodies. This is the Smoke Charming. There are quite a few killing formations here, and all of them are extremely powerful. If I were to break a few, they would definitely be able to feel it. When the time comes, they should come over to investigate." Xianxia said, "As long as someone comes, we will capture them." "Master, can I fly here using the Profound Feng mantra?" Xianxia asked. "No, the killing formations here are not the same as normal ones. It's best if you don't even try using illusions. Otherwise you will only trigger the killing formations." Xianxia said, "What you need to do is to wait for the people from the star creation race to come and investigate. After that, I will use the soul-absorbing devil spell on that person and search through his memories. After saying that, Xiao Xianglin took out an array disc or a few of the incantation flags that she had refined. Chun Xiang and Long Yu were always by Xiao Xianglin's side. If there was any danger, they could help Xiao Xianglin resist for a while. In just an hour, Xiao Xianglin had broken through more than 10 killing arrays, forming many green grasslands. "Someone's coming," Xiao Xianglin anxiously said after sensing it. Chun Xiang and Long Yu immediately looked around, but they could not see anything. This was a flat land with no dense fog. They could see very far away, and if someone came in, they would definitely be able to see it. The killing arrays here also have illusory arrays. Every killing array is sealed. If they walk within the array formations, you naturally won't be able to see them. Xiao Xianglin urged. "Chun Xiang, quickly go invisible." Chun Xiang immediately used the counterpower to envelop Xiao Xianglin and his body, while he used the power of the incantation to conceal his qi. Not long after, two people suddenly appeared on this patch of green grass. "So many of our formations have been destroyed. Is someone coming in?" One of the violet-clothed young men that was holding a disc had a face full of surprise. "Impossible, the killing array that we set up, even the people that set up it won't be able to easily and quickly break it. At most, we can just avoid triggering it. We, the Creator, are the strongest existence who can use curses, even we cannot do it, let alone others." One of the middle-aged man by the side said coldly. "This should be caused by the abnormal sealing of this old bastard from the Tao Creation Divine Lord." At this time, Long Yu had even more respect for Xiao Xianglin. Star Creation race using incantations to set up formations was indeed very powerful. But Xiao Xianglin had far surpassed them. They can easily take those who can only produce divine origin qi. Xiao Xianglin whispered to Long Yu and Chun Xiang. Chun Xiang discussed with Long Yu for a while, then took out her 6 realms mirrors and released a strong light that enveloped the two creator. When those two were struck by such a strong light, their eyes could not help but tear through it. At the same time, an extremely strong mental attack accompanied with a strong light attack arrived, pouring into his divine sense C, greatly affecting their mental state. Long Yu immediately flew over and waved his black blade, cutting the two of them in half. The 6 realms mirrors flew over and floated on top of it, releasing a seal to seal the two of them. Xiao Xianglin made her final move, and directly used his own origin energy to condense seal incantations, imprinting it onto the bodies of the two people, preventing them from moving. Then, she placed his hands on their heads, channeling her soul-absorbing devil spell to search through their memories. "Ah, it's Long Yu." The middle-aged man recognized Long Yu and shouted angrily, "I'm back." Long Yu laughed coldly. "I will kill all of you." The two of them were terrified, because the incantation Xiao Xianglin used on them was extremely terrifying. They now knew the killing formations had been broken by someone. When Long Yu was using the soul-absorbing devil spell to search their memories, the two creators felt incomparable pain. Their faces contorted in pain and they screamed out loud. "Can you find any memories?" Chun Xiang asked. "We've already found them. We need to move quickly. They found a way to break this barrier." Xiao Xianglin said anxiously, "If they want to use the power from the smoke charming's body to break through the barrier, it is extremely possible that the power that caused the smoke charming spirit energy to break out would attack the weakest part of the barrier." Hearing this, Long Yu became very anxious. "Where are they? Let's go now. I've already grasped these killing arrays from their memories. We can easily cross them." Xiao Xianglin said, "We will go now." The Star Creation race sealed here had already decided to sacrifice someone who cultivated and produced a world-defying stage divine source. When the smoke charming came in later on, they didn't have to make a decision. Right now, they are only waiting for the moment when the spirit formation is at its weakest to start breaking the formation. Xiao Xianglin walked in front and said, "You must remember the place I stepped on just now. As long as you step in that position, you will not touch the barrier." In order for Chun Xiang and Long Yu to see it clearly, she would release a light red mist from his feet when he walked, forming a footprint that emitted red light. Chun Xiang and Long Yu followed her footprints as they walked on the killing array. Xiao Xianglin left quickly, because the current situation was extremely urgent. If she was too slow, Smoke Charming might have been executed, and she might have been able to break through this seal. Star creation race has begun, Xiao Xianglin suddenly shouted. Chun Xiang and Long Yu also felt the energy wave that suddenly attacked them. We have to hurry. Long Yu was extremely anxious. Xiao Xianglin increased her speed. A moment later, they walked out of the killing formation group and came to a large grassland. In front of them was a large platform. This platform was built using crystals that were filled with energy. And Smoke Charming was sealed on top of the stage in a transparent crystal. The rock at the top is the Star Creation Stone. Long Yu said softly. At this time, they were already invisible. All the stars around the stage could not see them. On top of the huge water spar sealing the Smoke Charming, there was a light blue water spar. It was extremely small, but it emitted a dazzling light. I will rush in to save Smoke Charming. Xiao Yu, you are in charge of defending against the other people who come to attack Chun Xiang's sneak attack. Xiao Xianglin said. Sister Xiao, how about I do it? I have cultivated the world-defying stage divine source. It would be easier to rush in. Long Yu said. No. That tall platform is filled with spirit formations and spirit formations. As for you, you will not be able to enter. Xiao Xianglin said as she soared into the sky. There were stars created all around the stage. There were a few who had cultivated world-defying stage divine source. And after Xiao Xianglin's clone, he was not weak, being able to fend them off. Long Yu also used the doppelganger mantra, and 2 clones appeared beside her. Xiao Xianglin was the first to rush over, and already attracted the attention of the 5 strongest stars, causing them to be extremely shocked, because there was actually someone who could enter here unnoticed, and with the many enchantments they had set up, breaking them would not be easy at all. When they saw Xiao Xianglin's outfit, they knew that it was a woman. They thought that it was Long Yu, but after a closer look, it wasn't. Xiao Xianglin's 2 clones flew in other directions, directly throwing out many golden swords. The swords spun in the air, forming a strong killing sword formation. It's a sword formation. Be careful, one of the creators shouted, immediately throwing out 2 formation discs to block the attack. At this time, Long Yu had also revealed the aura on his body. She was extremely shocked in his heart, because she could tell that Xiao Xianglin had already cultivated the world-defying stage divine source. Long Yu and her 2 clones had already charged into the midst of the crowd, slashing their weapons wildly and killing dozens of creator in an instant. Xiao Xianglin's original body had already reached the top of the stage. She was the first to take down the Star Soul Stone and then quickly unseal the water spar that sealed the Smoke Charming S. Smoke Charming was currently extremely injured and weak, so Xiao Xianglin immediately gave her a doppelganger mantra soul stone to eat. Chun Xiang turned into a profound wind, merging with the legendary dragon fire. Waves of howling gale accompanied by flames blew out, enveloping the Star Maker. In the blink of an eye, more than 100 starmen were killed. After Xiao Xianglin and Long Yu split up into their clones, they were equivalent to 6 people who managed to cultivate world-defying stage divine source. The other party had 5, so the pressure on them wasn't too great. Have you grasped the doppelganger mantra? Xiao Xianglin waited beside the Smoke Charming, who had already entered the time array. Soon, Smoke Charming thought that he was dead for sure. He never thought that Long Yu would suddenly rush out with a strong helper. She was very curious about Xiao Xianglin's identity. Not only was she proficient in all kinds of incantations, she was also very powerful. The only thing she was sure of was that Xiao Xianglin definitely had something to do with Chun Xiang, because Xiao Xianglin had the Paternoster Soul Stone in her possession. Had told her before that the Paternoster Soul Stone was something that she had obtained from Chun Xiang's hands. Long Yu had never told Smoke Charming that Chun Xiang had a very powerful master. Chun Xiang had already appeared. Her arm had already turned into the arm of the Scarlet Dragon. The person she had struck had turned into a spark in an instant. Her power was extremely tyrannical. Chun Xiang's fist was like a violent storm as it violently struck out. The rain-like fist instantly blasted through dozens of creators who were using array discs to block the attack. Facing Chun Xiang's tyrannical power, Even the power of formations would find it difficult to resist. His dragon-slaying fist was able to instantly shatter it, and was already unstoppable. A creator of the world-defying stage divine source rushed at Xianxia, using an array disk to attack him, but was blocked by the array that Xianxia had set up, and was even restricted by the power of the array. At the same time, Xianxia released her sword formation, but right at that moment, the 4 other powerful creation saints threw out a spear at the same time, thrusting towards the old man who was sealed by the flag formation. They will sacrifice this old man. After Xianxia saw this scene, she hurriedly brought Smoke Charming and left the stage. Just as Xianxia left the stage, a burst of strong energy came out from there. The old man had been killed. These fellows are really vicious. They even killed their own companions, said coldly. Just now, after they combined their efforts to kill the old man, they had activated the large formation they had set up a long time ago, and had broken through the spatial barrier. The high platform was originally built with a large amount of energy crystals, but after the explosion just now, it released a very strong energy. Let's go! An old man from the Star Creation race shouted as she entered the spatial crack. Xianxia's 6 realms mirrors flew around everywhere, harvesting the heads of as many creators as possible. However, there were quite a few creators here, and they had actually managed to escape for a few hundred.